All right, and we are live here with the HODL review. I need to actually shut down this advanced monitoring that I set up, and there we go, and we're much better off. So now I'm not listening to myself talk, and we can actually have a good a good review, good conversation here. So, a lot of great things happening in this space. Bit of an announcement coming very soon to anticipate, to expect. We will be going through a rebranding soon enough here on the HODL review. I'm pretty excited about it. Lots of great things will be taking place in this space. For those of you who are just getting ready to bounce in, give us a thumbs up that that everything is streaming properly. For some reason, oh, there we go. I kept overlooking my stream. Now let me turn this down. David D, what's up? What's up? What's going on? Anyhow, this is gonna be a good review. Want to make sure I get this out there. Let's get the tweets going, and make sure we acknowledge that we're here and we're live. Let me check. Give me a thumbs up if audio is solid. I'm using something new that Chip had recommended called Crisp, and it's supposed to cut out background noise. It's supposed to decrease the filters that are being utilized in OBS, which will cut down some of the latency and drop frames and consumption of CPU power. So let's go ahead and let me tweet this out real quick. I'm gonna just put out a tweet. Anyone who's bouncing in, if you want to give a thumbs up as you bounce in. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. If you're watching this in the replay and you like the content, make sure you do subscribe. In the meantime, let me see on the HODL review live. I know nobody wants to sit here and watch me type a text message. Live 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is now. Which is now. We're going to review CoinField. So for all those who are in reviewing CoinField, that's enough. Boom. Sent it out. All right, we're good. We are golden. We can get started with what we want to talk about today. Hey, Ahmed Ali, what's going on? Good to see you in. Audio and video are both solid. That's awesome. A little bit of reverb earlier. Okay. No notification. I don't know what's going on, man. YouTube, I don't get notified for half of the content that people are putting out, and it's just a little confused as to why there's this delay. Even when you have notifications turned on, don't get notified. But all right, so a few people are bouncing in. Just want to let you guys know, and this is going to be happening. There's going to be more announcements on this, but I figured I want to give you guys a little bit of a preview. But we are going to be going through a pretty nice rebranding. So there's going to be a lot going on. You guys heard us talk a lot about OTC. That is going to be coming into full effect very soon. I'm really looking forward to it. We've been putting a ton of work into pulling this together. And now we're just putting some final touches on the website. There's some other exciting content components of what we want to do with it. Just going to take a little bit more time, but we want to make sure that we're going to roll everything out the right way. So, yeah, I appreciate that. You guys are down with OTC. And so when we go through this rebranding, I just want to make sure we give the right announcements. And Chip and I were going through a ton yesterday, and wasn't planning, actually, we're planning on taking a bit of a hiatus on some of these live streams until then, but I thought it was just key to put this all together. And also, I've been going through all these different exchanges. Last week we did a review of Bitrue, and so that might have been a little controversial for some, but today we're going to do a review of CoinField. And we're going to go through the similar kind of steps that we went through last week, as we've done with the others, as we've done with some of the lending type sites like Nexo or Cred. or Celsius, other exchanges that we've reviewed in the past. And I plan on really digging in and going through a lot of these exchanges because it's really important. It's important to try to get a better understanding of things to look for, and I might be missing some of the elements. So it's good to be able to engage in this live chat as we go through and identify some of the key or really key points when we're identifying and looking for an exchange. What are some of the things we want in an exchange? What are some of the things that we expect that the exchange is going to do from us? Because a lot of us, we talk about, you want to be able to keep, if you don't have your digital asset and you don't have the address to your digital asset, you're not controlling the wallet of your digital asset. So for instance, and maybe I need to do a deeper dive of Robinhood, but Robinhood is a nice trading platform when you're trading stock. And you can also trade digital asset, but there's an example of an exchange where you don't have any ownership whatsoever of that digital asset other than the fact that they're investing in the digital asset for you, and there's a representation thereof of that digital asset on your account, and that's about it. David D, I've received a ton of shrapnel on BT, but the community needs to become unbiased. That's right. I agree with that, man. Unbiased. Even if you want to be an ambassador of something, you still need to be unbiased because you need to do some retrospective or introspective work and really identify what it is that you're promoting, and also understanding the various aspects of everything that we're going to talk about again today. So if I pop over and I make this transition as we go into review, it might go through a little hourglass thing or that whatever, trying to reconnect. I don't know what's going on. There's an audio glitch somewhere within OBS that I can't seem to figure out, but it'll be a momentary pause. Let's see, WB, like eToro, you can't pull your cryptocurrency off. Exactly. So when you're investing, if it's not really a representation of a digital asset. So I'm not as familiar with eToro. I haven't been on eToro. That's a good one. I'm going to have to go check that out. Mike G, Robinhood has stocks and crypto. Yes, but it sucks you can't move the crypto because you don't actually have access to the wallet. You don't have access to the address. The crypto really doesn't belong to you. It's just a representation that they're investing in that crypto for you. Similar, but with a stock, you should be able to migrate the stock over to another exchange from Robinhood if you so choose. And that's a good question too, because I haven't tried to migrate stock off of Robinhood. I was utilizing Robinhood to trade at one point, mainly because it was really easy to use and you could do it on your phone. You don't need a lot of the research tools. And typically I would use research tools that are outside of all the exchanges, for stocks anyways. I'd use my own stock tools. So I think that's important, but I definitely want to go back into it. Yeah. So I think that'd be interesting to look into eToro. But today we're going to spend time looking at CoinField. That's what we want to identify, and that's what we want to go through. So let me. I'm gonna do this transition. We're gonna switch over. It may go through a momentary pause, but we'll get it back on in seconds. So let's go. And boom. All right. Okay. So that should be a momentary glitch. There we go. We're back online. All right. I don't know what's going on with OBS, but at least I found the workaround, and that's what's important. So, all right, here we go. So we're going to dig into CoinField. Now, I went through the live demo. I did not register for CoinField, mainly because CoinField is not available to anybody in the United States. Now, one of the things that I look for when I identify an exchange, if I want to work with this exchange, is going to be security protocol. I want to see as much valid information as possible provided by the exchange. And if it's not there, man, I'm super, super skeptical. I'm also skeptical of where their location is, and if they're managing any form of cold wallet storage, where are they keeping that cold wallet storage? How are they encrypting? How are they securing? What's the redundancy? Who are they utilizing? For a lot of this. So this is where we're going to get into. And now, obviously, we can do just some bullet points. And if they say it, doesn't necessarily mean it's so. But if they do put it up there, they have to get into more depth on what they're talking about. Now, we're on the homepage here, so why use CoinField? Here's some, key points that they bring out. Easy to use. We like easy to use because if it's too complex, you're gonna bounce off and you're gonna go. There's more and more exchange options out there, and you're gonna turn to something else that's a little bit easier. 24-hour support. I think that is going to be key, mainly because in a digital asset space, digital asset trading is 24/7. It's not like the stock market where you can wait till Monday morning at 8 a.m. and do an 8 to 5. So, David D, could be a good follow-up for Jeff and the community. If they allow transfers, it's only fair. The record be set straight. Good stuff. We're talking about eToro. Gotcha. All right. So good points there, David and Ahmed. We'll have to do a deeper dive, and we'll look at eToro here in the near future. So sorry, I got my phone down here, and I'm reading the chats right below the computer. So here, secure. We take advantage of the latest technologies. It's one thing to say it, but it's a lot more to actually get into it and understand what's going on. So cold storage, cold wallet storage, fraud protection, important. Transparency, probably one of the most important aspects of the digital asset community, making sure that all your transactions are transparent on the blockchain. Legal, we want to make sure that the exchange is sticking to any type of regulation to the letter. We want to make sure that there's no mix-ups, that there are no misunderstandings, that they've done their due diligence to make sure that not only is their exchange compliant, but those that are trading on the exchange are compliant. So legal is key. Trade like a pro. Obviously, they have charting tools, all that. Okay. Canadian company. If you're in Canada, shout out to you guys up in Canada that are using this Canadian exchange. So trade on the go. They've got apps. Now, here's what gets important too. Identifying which countries you're able to trade in, which countries you're not able to trade in. 6 fiat currencies are supported. I think that's also important. So you have access to the fiat currencies, and having multiple options is really key. So this is on their homepage. Obviously, anybody can put something like that together. I do like the clean look of it. I think right from the beginning, it's got a nice clean presentation. They put this nice scroller here. So their homepage gives you a decent amount of information to jump on, and get some understanding right off the bat. Then we get into support. We're not going to look at that. Company. We want to dig into about them. We want to know a little bit more about the company. We want to look at their security. We can get into what, how do they support and all of that. I'm sure they do a fairly good job if they're going to be serious about all this other stuff that we're going to look at, but we don't know. We have no idea if it's going to be good or not. What's their support mechanism like? They might give you all the information in the world, and then you start trading with them, and their support mechanism sucks. And so we definitely want to identify, something like that. Yo, what's up, Ajax? I say Canada, Ajax shows up. That's how it works. So all right, let's hit this about us. We want to look a little bit into CoinField. We want to say, okay, what is CoinField all about? Now, they're serving 100 countries from Canada. Now, this is going to be an important aspect. So, obviously, if they're just serving Canada, hey, that's great. It's good to see that they're a true